Coming up on City Spotlight, the second half of Season 11 rolls along, and we're back in Edgar County to talk Paris. First, we'll catch up on the City of Paris with Paris Mayor Craig Smith, who will fill us in on the latest public works in Paris, plus plans to update their sewer treatment plant. We'll also find out about new economic development in Paris and recent accolades for the City of Paris. Then we'll talk to members of the Edgar County Community Foundation, Brad Tucker, Bob Morris, and Susan Saxton, who will fill us in on the latest projects the ECCF has worked on and how they've been helping communities across Edgar County. We're in Edgar County talking the City of Paris and the Edgar County Community Foundation on this new episode on Paris, here on City Spotlight.
It's almost impossible to imagine life without internet today. It keeps us connected to work, school, and loved ones, no matter where they are. Fidium Fiber Internet now serves over 1 million locations, providing reliable, consistent service that keeps these connections strong. From vibrant cities to quiet rural areas, fiber broadband is a key driver of economic growth. Fidium is dedicated to supporting communities and enhancing lives through this essential technology. Learn more at fidiumfiber.com.
And hello and welcome to another edition of City Spotlight. As you can see, we are on location for this latest episode here in Season 11, and we're back in a familiar spot, Paris, as we'll talk Paris throughout this whole episode. And we're going to start outside on the Edgar County Courthouse lawn, and we welcome back to the program a familiar guest, the Mayor of Paris, Craig Smith. Craig, great to be with you and great to be outside here on this beautiful April morning.
Couldn't have picked a better day to visit in Paris, and we always love having our friends from PBS and WEIU.
Great to be with you, old friend, and we've taped here before, so if it's good once, we'll try it again.
Let's do it.
Okay, very good. First off, I want to touch upon Mother Nature has come through the area a handful of times, and storms have gone through. I noticed a few images on social media. Nothing serious as far as damage is concerned long term?
No, we were very, very lucky. We only got hit by a small tornado, and most of the damage was actually to trees, the country club. Some of the power poles went down, but we were very fortunate, and we're working our way through it now.
Okay, very good. Good to hear that. We've had a lot of rain and storms in the last month in the area.
We have.
Okay, let's talk about public works as we catch up on Paris, and we're at that time of year where potholes, road work, public works crews are super busy. What's some more recent public works stuff here in Paris that you can speak about?
We've got a big public works coming up now. We've just let a bid for our sewer plant, and we're going to do a $6 million improvement on the sewer plant. We'll start it probably in about 3 months after we go through all the regulations from the state. So that's the big one.
Okay.
Naturally, our streets, we're going to continue to work on those all spring and summer long. We have to, that's when we do it. Clean up, we're cleaning up for everything, getting our parks ready for everybody to come to Paris.
Craig, essential to keep your community going with public works. What are you most proud about your public works crew and being able to keep up with Paris is, geographically, not a small community.
No, it's not a small community. We have probably the hardest working men and women here that work on our street department, sewer department, water department. They got us through all these bad storms that we had this spring, and they just come in and they'll work all weekend long. They do everything great, and we're very fortunate that we have that crew that works here.
And you touched upon something that is at the core of every community, which is your water and sewer. Not a not messy job, but it's essential to the community to keep up with those things.
It's essential, and that's why we were so happy to get our grant and our loan for the $6 million sewer plant that's going to be renovated this summer.
Okay, same location?
Same location.
Okay.
We'll just be working, upgrading it,
Wow.
and using that money to keep our sewer, keep them running. You got to have them running.
All right, so people in Paris will be looking forward to that for years to come. Very good. All right, I know you love talking about Paris parks. Last time Craig was on WEIU was on our Take a Hike program that my cohort Lacey Spence produces. I helped her with the visuals on that. And Craig, I know you love the Paris parks, and any improvements to the Paris parks recently?
Well, we're going to be upgrading the bathroom that's on the West Park. It's about 100 years old. It needs to be done. So we're going to do that. We're also going to be applying for an OSLAD grant.
Okay.
And that will be for this next year. And we're going to use the West and the East Park of Twin Lakes as the places where we're talking about upgrading them, disc golf, maybe pickleball, putting in new parking lots, just sprucing it up, working on the miniature golf, and also upgrading and fixing where all the fishermen put their boats in and where they fish off the dock. Probably eventually take away the old water treatment plant that's been there for almost 100 years and make that into part of the parks.
One of, I guess, the Jekyll and Hyde of having so many parks, and as big as the Twin Lakes Park is, it's a lot of park for people to enjoy, but in order to improve it, I guess the negative would be it's a lot of land to cover and maintain.
Sure, and we've got 13 parks. People don't realize that. We have got a dynamic park board, and they are looking at these parks every year, picking out something that they want to do different. And we had a very wonderful gift given to us by the Forsyth family in Marshall. Then they donated their outdoor equipment to us, and we are going to then place that around the parks, and so they're deciding where that's going to go. That's going to be great. And you got to remember, at our parks, music in the park. A free concert every Thursday night starts May the 23rd, and we want everybody to come to Paris for that.
Yeah, those type of events are right around the corner, so look forward to those. And you mentioned Mr. Forsyth, very wealthy, generous man. Nice of him to share some stuff on the other part of the area here. Obviously, he being from the Marshall area, but being generous with the Paris community also very nice.
He and his wife are wonderful people. They donate not only their time and their money, they're just wonderful people for all the communities around Marshall and Paris.
And I think it would be safe to say, Craig, the parks are probably one of Paris's strengths.
Absolutely, absolutely. They're one of the strengths. Everybody likes to come all the way through the year because we don't use them just in the spring and the summer, but we have Christmas lights out there and lights in the park during the winter. So we like to use our parks all year long, and we want everybody to come to Paris and take advantage of our parks.
Well, certainly the quality of life component is strong in Paris with all those 13 parks you have.
That's right.
All right, let's switch over to economic development, and I've taped with the Paris Chamber of Commerce in between our times that we've taped here on City Spotlight with you, Craig, and obviously there's been many new businesses since we last chatted on this program on Jasper and throughout the community. What are some of the more recent things since we've last chatted?
Well, as a matter of fact, there's a brand new coffee shop just over our shoulders.
Okay.
Stagecoach. A local lady built it, and it's over here by the railroad tracks.
Nice.
Stagecoach Coffee, locally owned. It's a good place to get your coffee, a good place to stop by and have talk to people, and it's right in the middle of town, so it's a wonderful spot to be. The other thing is that our TIF helps the bowling alley, and they have upgraded the bowling alley to the tune of over $1 million.
Wow.
And it is now a family-oriented place, and it is packed all weekend long. So those two are two of the big ones that have happened in the last year.
And the bowling alley, that's on Jasper.
It's on Jasper.
You can't miss it. And I don't talk about the bowling alleys with a lot of mayors, but to a community that has a bowling alley, what a great community outlet.
Well, and not only they have a bowling alley, they've got the simulators for golf. They've got a kids room to play. They have party room. It's really a family-oriented business now. It's not just bowling, and bowling is great. Bowling is back, and it's packed. So that's a great reason to come to Paris. Also, we still have a theater here.
I was just going to say, over your shoulder on the west side,
Right here.
they have new ownership.
New ownership. We're going to continue to have movies on Paris on the square. It's a wonderful. Paris is just a great place to come. You got to tell everybody to come on and see it.
You got a little bit of everything here.
We got it all.
Okay, very, very good. Craig, remind our audience how long you've been the mayor of Paris.
6 terms.
6 terms.
I've been 22 years. I'll have 2 more years to go, and then I think it's time to turn it over to somebody else.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, we'll hope to catch up with you before that time comes, but we appreciate all the times that you've been on. I really don't have it counted how many times. I know it's been at least 3 or 4 times. What do you enjoy about being a part of this community all these years?
You know, I think it's the volunteerism that I've seen that all of our folks here in Paris do. I mean, we couldn't do this on our own. It's not just government, but it's everybody that chips in. It's everybody that's on the clubs and doing things. People are very proud of their community here in Paris, and it's been a thrill for me to do this for 22 years and also watch the town grow and see how much people have enjoyed it, how the children have enjoyed it. I've seen a lot of things that have gone on here. A new high school, a new water source, which I've got a surprise for you and your viewers.
And the courthouse has been worked on recently.
Courthouse is brand new.
Beautiful courthouse.
This courthouse is great. I'm a lawyer, and I love coming into old courthouses, and thank God we kept
One of my favorite experiences on this program, or any WEIU program I've done, is when our good old friend who passed away a few years back, Heck Parrish, he told the story of the courthouse on the Paris program that we did, and then he was so excited to share more of it with us. He took me and my coworker Kelly Goodwin all the way to the top.
Yeah.
And boy, that view is spectacular.
It's a great, and it's got artwork in it. It's got great views in it. Got the old courtrooms. It's just a wonderful old courthouse, and thank God that we've kept it in Paris.
Yes, very good. All right, what do you got in the box?
All right, now this is what I want you to do before you leave.
Craig had a box here when we got here. It's like, what's in the box, Craig?
One of the biggest projects we did in the last 22 years was our water supply source. And we are now pulling water off of an aquifer that will go on for all of our lifetime into hundreds of years. It's allowed us to have water for all of our new businesses. But not only is it great water, it's great tasting water.
Oh, wow.
And we have won back in February the 15 county water supply taste test.
Wow.
So this was 15 counties, and then I just got something from email from the Illinois water supply folks.
Wow. Great accolades.
And I'll tell you what she says. Congratulations on being the best tasting drinking water in Illinois. We won the best tasting water in Illinois.
Wow.
And we were awarded this by the American Water Works Association. They're going to have a big annual meeting, and they're going to give us a big plaque for that. The best tasting water. I want you to come to my office before you leave. I've got a cup ready for you to taste the best water in Illinois.
Some high quality H2O. That's a movie reference right there. Congratulations,
Thank
Craig.
you.
What an honor to be the best at something.
Yeah.
And another thing to hang the hat on. Mayor of Paris,
thank
Craig
you
Smith,
so much.
Great to have you on the program again, and thank you for sharing all the great things, as always, going on in Paris.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Coming up next here on City Spotlight, we'll go across the street and talk with folks from the Edgar County Community Foundation. But first, let's take a look at some of the upcoming activities going on in Paris. And we're back here on City Spotlight, this new on-location episode here in Season 11, Talking Paris. We've gone across the street. We're now inside at the Prospect Bank to talk to 3 folks from the Edgar County Community Foundation. We welcome first time to the program, Bob Morris. Bob, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Glad to have back on the program, Brad Tucker. Brad.
Thank you.
And first time on the program, Susan Saxton.
Thank you.
Welcome. Glad to have all 3 of you on. Give a special shout out to Warren Sperry for helping set up this taping here at the Prospect Bank here in Paris. We've had the foundation on several times. I believe all the times previously were prior to COVID, so glad to have you post-pandemic.
Good to be here.
Very good. And let's start with Brad. and we're going to kind of get an overview of the different things you guys have been working on, because you are a county foundation, so you touch all points of the county here in Edgar County. And Brad, I think it's important to reemphasize to the folks at home that may have not heard of the ECCF, Edgar County Community Foundation. Give us a brief history again of what it is.
3 local generous businessmen, Bob Morgan, Charles Willis, and Joe Hassler, initiated the effort starting in 1993. It was introduced to the public in '94. We're all part of the board, and the purpose of the foundation is to provide philanthropy for efforts throughout Edgar County that improve the quality of life and benefit its residents. Our motto, for good forever for Edgar County.
Wow, wonderful. And I apologize, I wanted to thank you for the intro, Brad. Can I briefly get each of you, you've been on your first time on. Bob, can you tell us about yourself and how long you've been a part of the foundation?
Sure. I've been on the board for about 11 years.
Okay.
And am a past president. I'm a farmer up in the Chrisman area.
Wonderful.
And I certainly agree with our philosophy of trying to make the county a better place for all our friends and families and neighbors.
Awesome. Look forward to hearing your comments about the work that's being done in Chrisman. And Susan, you're from Kansas. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Susan Saxton. I'm from Kansas, Illinois. I've been a part of the foundation for 11 years.
Okay.
I'm the current treasurer, and I believe wholeheartedly in our promotion of our citizens, and especially the youth and education, so that we can keep our county viable in the future.
Okay, very good. I guess since Susan was just talking, I'll go to her, and we'll find out about some of the projects you have going on in Kansas. In that part of the county, because I mean, you guys are touching all points, Kansas to Chrisman. That you couldn't get more far apart from each other. Right. In the county, we're in Paris here in the middle. But tell us about some of the things that the foundation has helped out in Kansas.
Well, Kansas is a little tiny village of 800 people, so we have been thrilled that the foundation has stepped in to assist my small community. One of the first things we did was the playground in the park. We did a matching grant. The citizens raised enough money, but then the foundation stepped in and helped us complete that project and put new playground equipment in, equipment that's safe. And we had some old equipment that was kind of rusty and metal, and now we've got a little more environmentally friendly playground in our town. We also did a matching grant with the Kansas Library. And you know how important a library can be to a community. And our library, we have a really good librarian, and she does more projects than just check out books. So it has been a big part of our community. One of the things the foundation is really strong on is youth and education, and of course we have supported the school. And we supported the school with a greenhouse project and their technology programs, and try to help them with things that they need. And the last and finally is the safety of our citizens, and one of those has been the Kansas Police.
Right.
And we have helped them get a new vehicle, and we've helped them get equipment so that they could be in line with current things, like having cameras when they are in progress, and have some backup for what they do for our community.
Boy, you've really touched all points in Kansas. Obviously, it is a smaller community. What of those things that you mentioned, what was the most recent one that you were able to help out as far as those things you listed?
I think the most recent one, the library, was just last year, because we had a storm, and we saved the building.
And for one more question for you, Susan. For a community of that size to be able to help out in that so many areas, you're really paving the way for Kansas moving forward.
Well, we're trying to keep it just like all parts of Edgar County. We wanted a place for people to come and want to live. So we want to keep it viable, and we want all of Edgar County to be that way.
Okay, thank you very much. So from the western part of Edgar County, we'll go to the northern part of Edgar County. And Bob, you're in the Chrisman area. Tell us about that. I know you've done some work in the parks.
Sure. I made a list just so that I would not miss anything. And these are in no specific order, but we gave a grant to the Chrisman FFA when they built their new greenhouse several years ago. We were a part of that, and our grants, we work as being a part of the whole picture. So we like to do matching grants and that kind of stuff. But another one that has been really good support to the community is the Chrisman Christian Church Food Pantry. Has been in and serves basically the northern third of the county. Goes all the way over to the Shiloh Metcalf Hume area too. And we helped them redo their building on that. The city of Chrisman at Centennial Park redid the structure
And that's the park over across from the
park from the high school, right? The bathroom facility and where you can have the picnic area and that.
Yes.
So we were part of that. The Flathia House, which is a nonprofit clothing store up in Chrisman, we helped them purchase that building. The Chrisman High School track / community track. That's just something that we just have become a part of. We're helping them. They've done a big maintenance to that.
Awesome.
And then lastly, the Chrisman Library, they put in a book walk, and in the park, in the uptown
I actually
park.
got video. I talked with your new mayor recently, and I got video of that, and I was curious as to what that was. Very totally unique. Never seen anything like that.
Yeah, they're around, and our library is really a focus point for the community now. We've got a real strong library board up there, and good people working there.
All right, fantastic. Brad, I'll go back to you. You're kind of in the middle here. We've heard from Susan. We've heard from Bob, talking about two of your smaller communities. Obviously, Paris is in the middle and is the biggest community. But for this foundation to be able to help communities the size of Kansas and Chrisman, it must make you guys feel really good that you're helping pave the way. Like I said, you're helping pave the way for these communities moving forward.
Absolutely, and I'm a past president as well, and one of the things I was most proud of was bringing emphasis to the board that we needed representation from all corners of the county. So the Paris was well represented by very capable board members.
Correct.
But I was very happy when everybody agreed and started adding members that represented those corners of the county, and by having those people included in the board, the residents in those areas became more familiar with the board and also felt more comfortable and were able to receive information on the grant process and to feel more comfortable in coming to the foundation for these deserved projects, the well-deserved projects that we've been a part of.
Some of the things that I have listed here, I talked with Warren Sperry in the process of setting this interview up with you guys. You helped improve a playground in Hume, which is also another small community in Edgar County. Many different scholarships. And one that's unique on this list here that doesn't kind of look like it's kind of its own world. Drones for law enforcement. Tell us about that.
We have been very active with the Edgar County Sheriff's Department, with Kansas Department. Anytime we can contribute to safer and more effective law enforcement, and drones are now a part of the modern menu, the mix that law enforcement can use in a variety of ways. It's a new tool.
Okay. Tell us about some of the work, since we can't leave out. We're taping here in Paris at the Prospect Bank here in downtown. Tell us about some of the more recent things done here in Paris.
One of the things that comes to mind, we made a nice grant to the fire department in the last couple of years. They needed to update their packs and their fire gear.
Very important.
Which, we like to do things that impact the community as a whole, and safety is being a big, to kind of go tandem with things like the drones and that.
Any other things? I have a list here. Health occupations at which high school was the health occupations? I had it written down, but I didn't know which high school that was.
It's all of them.
All of them? Okay.
All of them, yeah.
Very
good. All the kids can participate if they sign up for it.
Wonderful.
So there has been students from Kansas, there's been students from Chrisman and
Very
Paris. It's the local hospital here, and Horizon Health now is what it's called.
Yep.
And the kids get the opportunity to work right alongside and see a little bit of that side of an opportunity maybe for them to go into that profession, healthcare.
They get provided their scrubs, and it's got ECCF, got the little thing on it, and it's just one thing that they don't have to.
They need a lot of scrubs.
Yeah, that they don't have to provide. So it's that's fun to see those kids. I mean, they're always very, very happy to get that.
I was glad to have Brad back on the program, and two newer folks, and Susan and Bob. We were going to have Christian Colvin, but he couldn't be here today due to a conflict, but I know he was going to talk about grants. So talk about the importance of grants and what you guys do.
It's the way we connect with those who have qualifying projects, and the thing we always encourage people to do is go to the website. There's an opportunity to view the grant process, or to get a hold of somebody that's part of the board, and maybe be directed to the grant committee or to our executive director, Warren Sperry, who's been a spark plug for this organization.
Get well, Warren.
Get well, Warren. the number of years that he's invested heavily his energy and his connections to the community. The grant process usually emphasizes, as Bob said earlier, we like to see groups pursuing other sources of funding as well to show that they're invested in the process. And we like investing in bricks and mortar, things that are going to last, not salaries, not current expenses, but investment in the foundation of what the project is. So it's a pretty simple thing. It goes through a grant committee. It's presented to the board, and we're always enthusiastic when people come to us with these great ideas.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Bob.
I would like to bring up our Forever Fund, which is our endowment fund.
Wonderful.
We started that back in 2018, and the three of us among, I think, 3 or 4 others.
So seven years.
Yeah, right. 7 years, going on 7 years. Gosh, that is right. But we just brought that to a start at that point, and that guarantees that this will carry forward. The endowment fund, we take 4% is what we can operate off of each year, and so that money, people gift that money. They know it's going to stay in the county. It's going to go for the good of generations.
Okay. So I've gotten Brad, Bob, Susan, anything else you'd like to add as we wrap up our interview talking about the Edgar County Community Foundation?
I'm very proud to be a part of it, and I'm glad that our focus is the citizens of all of Edgar County, and we contribute to every one of them and try to make a better life for all of us.
Well, we've been sharing some of the pictures that you guys have on your Facebook page of some of the collaborations you've done in the county, so congratulations again on all your work now and moving forward.
Thank you.
Bob Morris, Brad Tucker, Susan Saxton, we appreciate your time here on City Spotlight talking about the foundation here in Edgar County. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And that'll do it for this latest episode here on Paris on City Spotlight. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
It's almost impossible to imagine life without internet today. It keeps us connected to work, school, and loved ones, no matter where they are. Fidium Fiber Internet now serves over 1 million locations, providing reliable, consistent service that keeps these connections strong. From vibrant cities to quiet rural areas, fiber broadband is a key driver of economic growth. Fidium is dedicated to supporting communities and enhancing lives through this essential technology. Learn more at fidiumfiber.com.